What if I told you that one of the most hyped muscle building techniques only works if you're a beginner? Yep. Stretch-mediated hypertrophy, the idea that stretching your muscles under load leads to massive gains, has exploded in popularity lately. Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, gym influencers, you've probably seen someone swearing by deep stretch training. But here's the plot twist. The actual science behind it reveals a secret that almost no one talks about. Why does this method stop working as you get more advanced? What's really happening inside your muscles? And could you be wasting precious training time on a strategy that your body has already adapted to? In this video, we're going to break down the real reason why beginners get explosive gains from stretching during training, while advanced lifters hit a frustrating plateau. It all comes down to a fascinating muscle-building process called sarcomerogenesis, a biological mechanism that's literally triggered by passive mechanical stretch, but only under specific conditions. By the end, you'll know exactly why stretch-based training works for some, fails for others, and what to do instead based on your experience level. Let's cut through the hype and maybe save you months of stalled progress. Stretch-mediated hypertrophy is exactly what it sounds like: muscle growth triggered by stretching a muscle under load. Think of exercises like the bottom position of a dumbbell fly, deep lunges, or a Romanian deadlift. When your muscles are fully lengthened and still bearing weight, you're creating the perfect storm for this phenomenon. But how does it actually work? The idea is that passive mechanical tension, meaning tension applied to the muscle rather than by it, sends a unique growth signal. When the muscle is stretched while loaded, tiny sensors inside the fibers detect the mechanical stress. This activates molecular pathways that tell your body, "We need more muscle here." The result? Muscle growth, sometimes even faster than traditional reps performed in the mid or shortened range. But here's what most people miss. This isn't just regular hypertrophy. It's not about getting stronger through sheer effort. It's about how your body responds to being stretched in a vulnerable state. The biological mechanisms are different, involving stretch-sensitive pathways like mTOR, increased muscle tension duration, and even satellite cell activation. It sounds like a cheat code, but only if your body is still new to the game. So, why does stretch-mediated hypertrophy work so well for beginners? The answer lies in a fascinating process called sarcomerogenesis, which is just a fancy term for your body adding new sarcomers in series within a muscle fiber. Sarcomers are the basic units that contract in your muscle. Think of them like links in a chain. More links mean a longer chain and more potential for force and growth. When beginners stretch a muscle under load, it triggers a strong passive tension signal that tells the body, "We're not long enough to handle this stress." In response, the body adds more sarcomeres to the fiber to reduce that tension next time. This not only increases muscle length and functional range, but also contributes to hypertrophy, especially early on. Here's the kicker. This adaptive mechanism is only active when the muscle is underadapted. In beginners, the muscle system is hyper-responsive to mechanical novelty. It's like the body's in full alert mode, ready to adapt fast and hard to protect itself. Stretch-based training provides that new stimulus in the most exaggerated way possible. Deep-range movements feel foreign and intense, so the body rushes to change. It's one of the rare times when doing something uncomfortable leads to near-instant payoff. But over time, things change. The muscle becomes more efficient, more hardened to stress, and less likely to add sarcomeres. Your tissue is no longer shocked by deep positions. It's seen it all before. That stretch no longer feels dangerous, and the adaptation window starts to close. So when a newbie does deep stretch, split squats for the first time, boom, fast gains. But when a seasoned lifter does them, crickets. If stretch-mediated hypertrophy is so powerful, why does it fall flat for advanced lifters? The short answer? The mechanism behind it. Sarcomerogenesis stops activating once your body has fully adapted. Advanced lifters already have the necessary sarcomere length and structure to handle loaded stretches. So when they perform deep-range exercises, the signal just doesn't trigger the same adaptive response. Think of it like this. When you first touch something hot, your nervous system freaks out and learns fast. But if you touch something warm every day, it stops reacting. The body only adapts when it senses a need to. And by the time you're an advanced lifter, your muscles no longer see deep stretch as a novel or threatening stimulus. At this stage, the muscle becomes far less sensitive to passive tension and shifts toward responding to active mechanical stress. That means you'll get far better results from exercises that focus on high force output, like heavy eccentrics, extended time under tension sets, isometrics, or explosive full ROM movements under load. Also, there's a biological ceiling to how many sarcomeres your body is willing to add. Once you've reached a certain level of muscular efficiency, adding more becomes metabolically inefficient. Your body isn't going to keep expanding if it already feels optimized for the job. This explains why experienced lifters doing stretch-focused programs often report little to no muscle growth. They may feel a burn, a pump, maybe even soreness, but no meaningful size gains. The growth switch simply isn't flipping anymore. So if you're advanced and still relying on long-length training to build muscle, you might be repeating a beginner's method your body has outgrown. So, if passive stretch won't do the trick anymore, what will? For advanced lifters, muscle growth is driven by active mechanical tension, not just range. You need to challenge your muscles with high loads, precise tempo, and progressive overload. Think controlled eccentrics, heavy compound lifts, and full ROM exercises performed near failure with intent. Techniques like drop sets, rest pause training, and advanced periodization models are far more effective than relying on passive stretch alone. The goal isn't just to feel the stretch, it's to maximize tension under load. In a way your body still finds demanding. Stretch-mediated hypertrophy is real, but it's not magic. It works best when your body is still adapting to the fundamentals. For beginners, it's a game changer. For advanced lifters, it's a dead end unless paired with the right strategy. The key takeaway: match your training method to your experience level. If you're new, embrace the stretch. If you're advanced, focus on tension, intensity, and progressive overload instead. Don't fall for one-size-fits-all hype. Train smart for where you are right now, and results will follow. If this helped you rethink your training, hit like, subscribe, and share this with a lifting friend.